ETC, we start with 1 hour chart. First of all, if you refer to my last analysis, since the price was within this correction, exactly within this move, we mentioned how we can look for trade, and I may give update for those traders. They get the trade from here, they move their stop loss or take within the profit, because I mentioned we are going to get one more drop, and exactly what we get. All right. And that's why I mentioned if you want to look for buy, either we get one more drop, then any reversal from there, we'll take the trade. The reason is we wanted to get one more drop. This is what, because after we get one more drop, there was no trade set up for buy, and this is what we get. And beside that, I mentioned for those traders, they want to put the entry above the top, they need to be really risky, because simply the price can tag and drop. That's why I mentioned we are not going to keep the trade more than 2 hours. Even if anyone get the trade from here, the first and second hours with a small loss, they should take with the trade. And even I highlight, if the price continue from here, mostly we can see the divergence. If we see the divergence, we see there is no continuation, we take with the trade. That's why I mentioned having entry above the top is very risky. And I always keep highlighting about the price can give us one more drop. No one see what's the next, because as we can see, the price retest the previous low. Anyway, we move to higher time frame. We want to see what we have based on higher time frame. And if we move to daily chart, this is what we get. Now we want to see how complex can be this correction. The best things is, because based on the daily chart, we have nothing else to discuss. The best things is if we move to forward chart. All right. First things, based on forward chart, if we put this low and relative to the previous one, if we refer to the indicators, both of them showing us a divergence. But what we have been looking for, whether we can get the correction in relative to this or not. And since the price retests the previous low, we cannot put this one in relative to this. Then, if the price start to drop from here, then also any reversal, we will take the trade. But if the price continue reverse from here, any trade we consider as a short-term trade, and with the breakout of the previous top, we start to manage. Why? Because we can expect this one turn to more complex correction. How to look at this correction? If we get one move up, then we can discuss about that. But if the price continue from here without retesting the previous low, any trade is short-term trade, because at that time, so we can consider this correction relative to this, or individually we can look at this correction, because since it broke the previous low. Okay, that's mean if we move to 1 hour chart, if we want to look for buy from here, at this time, so we can consider this one in relative to this. If the price start to drop, we just let it go, because it's really quite complex because of this sharp move. All right, but if we get any opportunity for buy from here, we will take it. And with the breakout of the previous top, which is somewhere around 52.2 or 52, we start to manage from there. We want to see whether we can get the continuation or we can get this correction for one more drop. That's mean if we want to look for buy from here, within this range is a short-term trade. With the breakout of the previous top, we start to manage. But if the price start to drop, we just let it go. And if the price drop to somewhere around 46, then we can put our entry at either somewhere around 48 or somewhere around 48.6 in case the price reverse as a sharp move. All right, this is the only way we can look for trade, or we should look for sharp move flag. It depends on the strategy the traders they use, but buying without the trade setup is not really a good idea, because we can expect the price drop and retest the previous low. Buying within this correction is a short term. I'm not really interested to look for trade, either buy or sell. And if I want to look for buy, mostly I will take the buy. The only times I will look to sell, if I get one move up, then the price is going to drop. All right, but the best option is if the price give us one more drop with the breakout somewhere around 44, then from there we take the trade, because mostly I prefer to see the divergence based on daily chart. All right, and since the overall markets, they have a similar movement, this is the way we're looking for. And mostly if we get one move up, if this one tend to flat, one more drop, because we confirm with this correction reversal, this is the best option for the long-term trade. All right, that's why I mentioned any trade within this correction is really a short-term trade, and right now we just let it go. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.